I know there's a lot of light pollution and stuff, but I'm just gonna I'm just going to do this video. I've been sick for a bit. Um, I feel much better now, but I'm still like I'm not foggy anymore, but I don't know how to explain it. It's not that I've got brain fog right now from being sick. It's the fact that I've been like isolated and not in a routine of any kind and like not well on top of that and like that I was in a brain fog for a while and just like I just haven't done like anything. Like I can't just go and do stuff like normal. Um, today's Monday. Tomorrow I have like a procedure that is completely unrelated to the sickness that I had, and I have to do some things to prepare for that procedure, and then undergo that. Um, and so it's still just like I don't know. It's just been a wild like time, pretty much since Thursday. Uh, and like I said, now it's Monday, and I just like haven't done a lot. Like I took a nap today, and just like I couldn't even like it's been a time. Um, what I wanted to talk about was um, I can't think right now. I wanted to talk about just like sick and brain fog and stuff, and that was going to be a conversation. And I just like I haven't vlogged anything. I haven't done. I'm just there's so much that is like there's so much that's just been like happening while at the same time nothing is happening, and that's part of what's happening. Ugh, I feel like I should start again, but I'm not going to. Okay, so I've been sick since like Thursday, and I pretty much stayed home for the majority of that. I barely ventured out. I had like really low energy, um, a lot of brain fog, and just like, what does that mean? So I don't know. Here's the thing. I pretty like yeah, it felt fevery, achy, whatever. Wasn't really active. Um, just tried to rest and tried to get some sleep, which is hard for me. But I also like just mentally wasn't functioning the same. And then because of isolation and because of not being social or being out in the world as much, I started to feel like emotionally like um, what's the word? Distant, I guess, and just like not myself. So I guess that's the thing. Just me not being myself while I'm so sick. Um, with that brain fog, there's also just again like it's so hard to explain, and that's why I tried to do it in a video, and it's just not working for me. And I'm staring at all my books on the shelf, and just like anyway. Um, oh, good, it's good. The sensor turned off and the light, cool. Um, it'll probably turn off over there too. Anyway, if I'm sick for too long, then this thing seems to happen where I feel like one step removed. I feel like one step away from reality. And it really throws me for a loop because I don't know how to just get it back other than like reintegrating myself into the world like normal again, but I can't do that if I'm sick, a certain kind of sick or whatever, right? like either because I don't have the energy or because I shouldn't, because I'd be contagious or whatever. I don't want to get other people sick. So having to stay home, it's a really hard. It's just really hard for me to do. Like I hate staying at home. Like I like to be productive, and I could do a lot of productive things at home. But it's also hard when that's the only option. Then I couldn't like will myself to do it. Um, and so yeah, there's how do I explain this? This is such a mess. Um, yeah, I feel just like a step away. Like if I'm driving, I feel like if my consciousness is here, I feel like it's actually like further back now. Like I don't know how to explain that. It feels like I'm seeing everything through uh, another pane of glass that's not normally there, and it's just like a distance again, like just like one step removed, and I don't know how to explain it. Um, Not having the mental, emotional, physical energy to do things and the faculties and whatever, um, and just being really drained. Oh, man, like I can't even express it still. Like it's a scary feeling for me because I'm not myself. I'm like, oh, I can feel that I am not myself, which is not something that I ever feel any other time. Because even if there's inconsistencies within my behavior, that is part of me. I am myself. I understand that. If it's like, yeah, usually I don't do this thing, but every once in a while that happens, okay, well, that is still part of myself. Like, I am still being me. I am not a step away from me, or like feeling like I'm like not, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's really hard. Um, but being my sick self is not being myself. Like certain types of sickness, especially if they last too long, when they drain a certain amount of mental and emotional energy, there's like a weird spiritual drain that I don't know how to express for me. That I can't think. I think that because so much of me and my identity and who I am and what I do is so cerebral that, and I recognize that it's not just physically limiting my actions of like, well, I can't go work out today and I can't, get to the studio and do this, but it is limiting my ability to use my mind. um, like I'm aware of it, and I don't know how to explain it. I'm in it, and then how do I don't think this is the brain fog. I think this is just the trouble with trying to describe this very difficult thing to describe. You might know what I'm talking about already, and this might all be useless, but just like, yeah, if I'm sick for too long, and if it's like fevery, achy, if it's very depleting, and I don't have much energy, and I can't do things, I fall out of routine. It's almost like being depressed. It's almost like I can't do anything other than just like read or watch movies and like be in bed and take naps, and food doesn't taste the same way. I can't smell anything. Um, my brain isn't working. Like just I don't know. It's this weird thing of like my brain isn't working, and I'm aware of that. And like I don't have the energy to give to anything, and it freaks me out because it doesn't happen at like any other time for an extended period of time or at all of like, hey, you can't do what you would normally do. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, oh, I'm too tired today to do a thing. It's like, okay, but I can do all the other things. I'm just not going to do that thing. Or I'm just running at like 80%. But this isn't like running at like 10% or 80% or 50%. It's not about running at a certain percentage of myself. It doesn't feel like me at all. Like 0% me. It's like sick self is different. And I don't like if it's a cold or something. And again, if it's pretty light and it's only a couple of days, I don't feel that. It's not the same thing. It's very different. Um, so I don't know where this is going, but it's really hard, um, and I don't like it. And it's just like I don't even know. I can't compare it to things that I've never experienced in an accurate way. But I imagine it would be like being aware that you have dementia or some type of Alzheimer's or something, and it's like you're aware that you used to function at a different level and you can't anymore, and you're just stuck. And you don't know when you'll be able to function that way or if you'll be able to function that way again, and you can't do anything in the meantime and you have no control. And I think maybe that's what it comes down to, is like not having control. And you're doing what you're supposed to be doing to try and get better, but it's not up to you. And so it just becomes this terrible place of waiting. I have a horrible time with waiting, just waiting and not being able to help myself at all. I don't like honestly. I really don't know what else to say about it. But I don't think it's ever been this extreme for me before. That I've ever felt it like to this degree before. I don't think I've ever been this sick for this long. I've been sicker. I've been more sick, but it's been so extreme that it has gotten out of my system in like 2 days or whatever. So I've been completely incapacitated, but I've been like very mentally alert and aware. And this has been not that, and it's gone on for too long. And it's not fun. So I don't. That's me explaining sick self. I don't know what the purpose of that was because I don't think I understand it any better than I did before, and I don't think you do either.